My name is Dr. D'Ondre Swails. I am Assistant Professor of History and Global Black Studies at Clemson University. Carter G. Woodson creates what becomes Black History Month starts out of Negro History Week, which is what is originally founded in 1926. That in and of itself actually comes out of a celebration that Black people were already having. And so it doesn't just spring out of nowhere. Negro History Week begins as the second week of February, and it's actually specifically intended to encourage Black students in what at this point in time would have been segregated schools to actually learn about the life and the history of Frederick Douglass. And so Black history at that point in time begins as a sort of project in the knowledge of self. Like, who is this group of people? And I would argue that a group doesn't actually become a people until it has a history, right? We tend to think that there's the history and the people, they kind of go together. And what we know through research, through studying different cultures, different groups of people, is that it's not until you have a narrative of origin that you can say, this is a group of people now. This collection of families, this collection of people, they are a people. Like a people with a name, a people with a shared history, people with a shared or common ancestor. You know, there's that old saying that those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. It's really not true. And the spirit of it kind of misses the point. The issue isn't that if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. The issue is that if you don't know history, you really don't understand what's happening right now. Like, you don't know what happened here. It's like watching a movie and you come in an hour in and you are asking people all the questions. Why did, or you, even worse, don't even have questions. And I think that's critical, not just for African Americans, not just for Black people globally, but for people as a whole, because these like dominoes of African American history are part of the collective set of dominoes in American history and international history by consequence. And so if you miss that particular domino, you really can't understand so many different aspects of what's going on in the world around us. Black history is essential to the overall history of America because Black Americans have been here since before America was a thing. I think that's kind of the continued importance of Black History Month in that self-esteem aspect of it in propping up these achievements. Imagine feeling like, you know, the self-esteem thing is sort of past now because it's been so many years. And then as soon as you stop doing these things, you find out that it no longer exists, right? You don't want to throw your umbrella away just because you feel like you're not getting wet. And so it is important to continue pushing those achievements, not only for the self-esteem of peoples of African descent, but also so that other individuals recognize, well, what is this society about? Black History Month is the sort of point of first contact for a lot of individuals in understanding what this group of people has done and has to offer to human society as a whole. African Americans in the arts are really inseparable. But I think at the end of the day, you get to this place where the idea is just to present Black people as humanly as possible, which is to say good and bad. What actually happened? Who does what happens? And so there's this huge importance of the arts in African American history and learning that history in so many ways. There's no such thing as studying African American history without studying the culture and without studying the arts. And I think that's what makes that being the chosen theme for Black History Month in this particular year so important and so crucial.